We've got Praveen Shah, who's CEO of the automotive division of Mahindra & Mahindra. He joins us live on the show. Mr. Shah, to begin with, would you say that the sales in March of this year have actually been better in large part because of this whole anticipation that was there before the budget about a diesel tax likely being introduced?
Well, the increase in the month of March, surely actually one of the reasons could be what you mentioned, but there is going to be a continuous good demand, which as what we see it, and especially so for the diesel vehicles. When diesel engine provided vehicles in the passenger segments are also available, the increase during the month of March is really reflecting the higher demand on account of this reason. In addition to that, the various taxes which has come up and which may be made applicable going forward effective April also has some impact on the sales of March.
Right. Right. So, but Mr. Shah, that's one way of looking at it. The other way some people would look at it is the fact that one, there was this whole anticipation of a diesel tax. Two, you've got the XUV 500, which is performing exceedingly well. You again relaunched the Xylo, and that added to sales. Despite all of these factors working positively for your sales numbers, sales have actually grown only 25%. So if you discount all of these positive factors that played on your numbers, March hasn't exactly been a great month for you.
I would not agree with you on that. We have had good growth in all the products, what you mentioned, be it XUV 500, be it refreshed Xylo, or for that matter the Scorpio. All of these products have the robust demand continuing, and we haven't seen so big spurt or big demand increasing on account of the effects of duty changes. We see these products have its own space in the segments in which they cater. So my answer to your question with reference to Mahindra, so far as we are concerned, we feel that 25% growth is a good growth. Going forward, if this type of growth continues, I think we will have had good numbers coming out of these products.
Right. What about the future, Mr. Shah? What is it that you can offer investors and viewers out there in terms of a broad outlook on how things may shape up in the coming month, that's April? There is some opinion building that you may not perhaps see a rate cut this time around. How will that dampen demand from a near-term perspective? Also, there's talk about how discounts have been widening since the last few months for most four-wheeler players. So, you know, there are, of course, a lot of factors at play which can influence sales numbers in this month.
Well, I do agree with you that March is a unique month. With the starting from the excise duty increase, thereafter the VAT increases, then the registration tax increases, which are not only in the state of Maharashtra, but there are 4 other states where such levies have increased, will have some sort of an impact. Before the industry or the customers start absorbing this, it will take some time. We'll have to see that how this shapes up in the coming months of April and May. Having said that, let me say that we have got some stability on the front of interest rates, which, as you know, actually have gone many times. I have lost even count of them. Which has now stabilized, and added to that the material cost increases, which are also are not going at a rate at which it used to go. So there are some positivities so far as industry and the auto industry is concerned. So we'll have to see that how the currently increased taxes get absorbed in the system. Looking at the 7.6% the GDP growth, what is being projected for the next year, auto industry, which contributes almost around 7% of the GDP, is at no means is a is a smaller contributor to the GDP growth. So if we are expecting the GDP to grow, I'm sure various other enablers for the GDP growth would be in place, and hence I do not see, I'm of the view that it may not have on a long-term basis impact on the demand.
Right. So, just a summary, Mr. Shah, then how would you compare or project this April's sales to last April, that is the April of the previous financial year, and versus March, which has been an exceptional month, like you pointed out?
So I would like to just answer in that. Answer to that would be, actually, I think we'll have to be cautiously optimistic for the month of not only April, but April and May.
Sure. But also, Mr. Shah, just a very quick word on the overall outlook for the current financial year that we've just entered. Now, if you look back to the budget, when the finance minister put out the budget, the oil subsidy bill that he spoke of is hugely indicative of diesel subsidies getting addressed in the current financial year. Factoring in that, do you still believe that diesel sales, the sales of diesel vehicles will hold up in the current financial year?
My personal view is actually that the diesel vehicles will find its own space in the auto industry. People are investing in the capacities, and I'm sure once the investments takes place in the auto industry, surely the product will definitely have its own demand at a marketplace.
Is there a price hike on the cards, Mr. Shah?
Well, I think I would like to say that as of now, we have just passed on the government levies, which is the excise duty increase. Going forward, actually, there are various places the costs have gone up. Surely we are conscious of that cost increases fact, and we would be taking some calls in the course of time, wherein we will have to resort to price revisions, as what has been done by the many industry players.